Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to fundamentally shift how you look at your daily grind. If you've ever felt like you're running on a treadmill, putting in endless effort, but your bank account just isn't reflecting it, well, we're going to look at the exact blueprint that changes all of that.
Think about it for a second. Why do some people work 16 grueling hours a day and basically stay broke, while others put in way fewer hours and somehow build million-dollar fortunes? Look, the exhaustion of the daily rat race is very real, and the effort you put in is absolutely valid. But we really need to urgently point out the flawed math of simply trading your finite time for a paycheck. There are only 24 hours in a day, right? So if your wealth is strictly tied to your active hours, you've got an unbreakable ceiling on your earning potential.
Which brings us right to a quote that really hits the nail on the head. Hard work earns money, smart work builds wealth. Now, don't get me wrong here, hard work is the absolute necessary foundation. You definitely have to put in the effort. But it's strategic, smart work that acts as the ultimate multiplier. Smart work is your literal key to breaking out of that exhausting time for money trap.
So here is our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to cover hard versus smart work, creating value in networks, mastering income and investments, multiplying wealth with systems, and finally, the Millionaire Action Plan. We are breaking down this massive, sometimes intimidating goal into 5 totally achievable steps.
All right, let's dive right into step 1, hard versus smart work, and the core difference between the two. You know that traditional view of work? It's a pretty draining reality. You're literally just trading your finite time for money. It's kind of like constantly pushing a boulder up a steep hill. But the Millionaire approach, that relies on limitless scalability. It's all about leveraging systems, building assets, delegating tasks, and using automation so that your money and your tools actually do the heavy lifting for you. Let's put that into perspective with a classic example. Think about a taxi driver versus a taxi fleet owner. The driver is working hard, right? Absolutely. But they only earn cash when their hands are physically gripping the steering wheel. The fleet owner, on the other hand, leverages multiple vehicles and drivers to earn continuously. They're making money even when they're fast asleep. That right there is the pure essence of smart work. Okay, moving right along to section 2, value and networks, and why income always follows value. Here is a fundamental rule of the marketplace. You get paid exactly according to the value you create. Period. If you want to earn more, you literally have to upgrade your ability to solve bigger problems. That means acquiring valuable skills, improving how you communicate, mastering sales and negotiation, or stepping up your leadership game. Basically, the bigger the headache you can cure for society, the higher your compensation is going to be. But hey, you can't do this all in a vacuum. You've probably heard the saying, your network is your net worth. And no, that does not mean just awkwardly handing out business cards at some corporate conference. It means building genuine relationships, finding mentors, collaborating at events. These relationships open doors that raw hard work just never could. In the world of smart work, who you know acts like rocket fuel for what you know. Next up is section 3, income and investments, or how to actually grow your money once you start making it. So how do millionaires bulletproof their finances? Simple. They almost never rely on a single paycheck. They divide their cash flow across completely distinct streams. We're talking a mix of a standard salary or business income, stock dividends, rental income, maybe some digital royalties, and online businesses. Why? Because if one stream suddenly dries up, you've got 4 others that keep right on flowing. Now, to build those streams, you really got to know the difference between a liability and an asset. That shiny new smartphone? Yeah, even the one with the titanium edges, it's a liability. It loses value the exact second you open the box. But dividend stocks or real estate, those are assets. They utilize compound growth to generate steady income and actually put cash back into your pocket. So save first, dodge the unnecessary debt, and invest consistently. Honestly, this requires a massive mindset shift. There's a great saying, poor people ask how much it costs, rich people ask what value it creates. You have to start viewing every single dollar you spend through the lens of long-term value and asset creation, rather than just going for that quick hit of instant gratification. All right, on to section 4, multiplying with systems and the magic of infinite leverage. Remember, the goal here is not to just invent another grueling 16-hour-a-day job for yourself. No way. The goal is to build self-sustaining systems that generate income without needing your constant 24/7 attention. We're talking about things like franchises, YouTube channels, online courses, businesses with a solid team of employees, or automated investments. These are systems that clock in for you around the clock. And lucky for us, we have an unprecedented advantage today. technology. AI tools, automation, social media, e-commerce, these act as the ultimate accelerators. Think about it. You can create one single digital product or record one video, and technology can broadcast it to a massive global audience of millions, with absolutely zero extra physical labor on your end. That is what we call infinite, massive leverage. Which brings us to our final section, Section 5, the action plan, your wealth blueprint. Before you rush off to take action, we really need to highlight the traps, the stuff that consistently sabotages wealth generation. Watch out for lifestyle inflation, spending more just because you're earning more. Stay far away from get-rich-quick schemes, excessive debt, and relying on just one income source. Oh, and definitely avoid emotional investing, and maybe the biggest wealth killer of all, procrastination. So let's map this out chronologically. On day 1, you sit down and set your financial goals. By week 1, you're learning one new high-income skill. Month 1, you're officially saving and investing. Month 3, you launch an additional income source. By year 1, you've built a solid asset. And by year 10, you are crossing the finish line into true financial independence. This specific roadmap totally proves that if you just follow the steps, this is completely within your reach. We can actually boil this entire explainer down to one ultimate millionaire formula. Learn in high-income skills, plus creating value, plus saving and investing wisely, plus building multiple income streams using tech, taking smart calculated risks, and staying consistent. That exact equation, it guarantees you break out of the time for money trap. It is literally the mathematical blueprint for wealth. Look, becoming a millionaire isn't just dumb luck, and it definitely isn't about working until you physically drop. Like the quote says, don't work harder than everyone else. Work smarter than yesterday's version of yourself. Make the decision today to completely flip your approach. So I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What is the very first system you are going to start building today? Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.